You and I both have dreams, small dreams, big dreams. It's wonderful to have someone encourage you along, but in neurodiverse families, sometimes those dreams can be squashed or blown out by the challenges. They love you, but sometimes their responses can kind of blow out the candles of your dream. So, how do you develop those cheerleaders in your life to help you move forward on your dream? I have 3 steps I have personally done to develop my own cheerleaders in my life, and excited to pass this along to you.
Hey friend, do the daily demands of family life leave little time for self-care? Are you losing yourself in the process of caring for others? Are you ready to make self-care and healthy boundaries a natural part of your day while embracing your roles as a wife and mom? Well, I'm so glad you're here. I'm Christina, married 17 years to a neurodiverse man, mom of 3 neurodiverse kids, and many more roles. Welcome to the Moms and Neurodiverse Families podcast. Get ready to begin your self-care journey. Grab your planner and listen in as we take another small step towards a peaceful, healthier you.
Hey, lovely, glad to have you along. Whether you are a new listener or you've been along this journey for a while, so excited that you're here. If you haven't had a chance to leave a 5-star review, I would appreciate if you could do that. That's a way to say thank you to me, but also when other women are searching for certain topics in Spotify or an Apple Podcast, that helps them also to find this. Today's chat is on finding the cheerleaders in our life. When I say cheerleaders, I mean the person who sees the best in you, also speaks up when they see something that's concerning, but they really encourage you. They're the ones who believe that, yes, you can do these things, that when you have a dream, that it's possible. The women in your life who will help you when you feel like there's no hope, when you look in the future and all you see is darkness, and they're the ones who are holding that candle, that flashlight, and they are offering that encouragement. We all need cheerleaders in our life, especially as a mom in a neurodiverse family. A personal story that happened in the last month or two is I shared a video of one of my kids to a dear friend showing activity they were doing, and my friend commented like, "Whoa, they're wearing jeans." And that meant so much to me because that friend knew how difficult it was with clothes for that specific child, and to see them wear jeans, like she knew. It's like, that's amazing. Like, how great is that to have someone celebrate with you on something that can seem small to someone else? It's like, okay, yeah, they're wearing jeans, but if your child or anyone's child has extreme difficulties with clothes, like not being able to wear socks, not able to wear certain shoes, not able to wear pants, you're going to celebrate when you see something like jeans, which can be very uncomfortable for even adults, will say, who are not on any neurodiversity spectrum, will say like sometimes jeans are really uncomfortable, and people will purposely buy secondhand jeans just because they've been broken in. How great is it to have someone else to understand that what seems to be a small step is a huge thing, and to have them celebrate with you, it's amazing. So for you, do you have people in your life? Now, the opposite of this, which I prefer to say on the positive side of this conversation, but there is this opposite. And like, the reason we need cheerleaders so much is that there are people in our life who can be, as Polly from Horatio Printing would call, candle blower outers. They just blow out the candle in people's dreams. And I love that concept that she has shared, because that is true. You can have a dream, something that it may seem silly maybe to you, but it's really not silly. It's not maybe your normal thing, or you have this dream to accomplish something or whatever it might be, but you have these dreams. And sometimes in neurodiverse families, because of black and white thinking, because of the lack of taking other people's perspective, again, not intentionally being hurtful, hopefully, though that can happen, but because of the different perspective taking challenges, you can share a dream with your spouse or maybe your older children, and their responses will be pouring a bucket of water on your little candle, and it hurts. It's really hard when that happens. And all you want to do is just curl up and forget it. What was I thinking? Why do I even try? That was stupid of me. No, no. One, sometimes our neurodiverse loved ones, they're not able to celebrate with us on certain parts of our journey. Not that they don't want to, it's that their understanding of our journey itself, of our dream, where we're at in that process, the wins, sometimes they can be, with a black and white thinking, more of a, well, are you making money from that? Or what is going to be the result of the product from that? They can be focused on that, missing the fact that your dream is more than just the end result. It's the process, it's the journey. What do you do if your life is maybe spent at home, or you're just busy at work and then you're at home and you don't have a lot of people who really are those cheerleaders for you and encouraging you? So this is my suggestion. Something I personally have done myself is, one, if you're a person of faith, to pray that God would begin bringing those people into your life, whether it's for a season or whether it's for part of the longer journey. Sometimes God does allow people to be in our life for a season, and that is okay. We can celebrate that and be thankful for it. And sometimes it is like they're with us in the long haul. So prayer first. Secondly, what you're looking for are people who have a certain attitude, the can-do attitude. Now, I'm not talking about toxic Pollyanna attitude where it's all going to be okay, it's all fine. Like, if you get hit in the arm by something, you're like, oh, I'm bleeding from the arm, I'm probably going to lose my arm, but it's okay. It's like, no, no, no. We don't want that toxic Pollyanna. But what we do want is someone who has, like, okay, that is hard. This is a hard moment. What can you do in this moment? But what can you do? You're looking for the encourager, someone who they have a natural gift of encouragement. That gift is humongous for those in neurodiverse families, because you need encouragement. I need encouragement when we're dealing with these long-term challenges. Because remember, in neurodiverse families, we are, as the mom, whether you're neurotypical or neurodivergent, you are trying to figure out, how do I do this mom thing with my kids and my spouse? You're learning about their unique neurotypes. How do you support them? How do you communicate appropriately? How do they perceive the world? And they are learning how to regulate themselves, how to monitor how their body and mind is feeling, so that they are able to pull away when they're overwhelmed and then re-engage when they are doing better. For them to be able to understand that if their message wants to come across and received positively, they need to understand neurotypical thinking to a point. And we need to understand neurodiverse perspectives as well. But in that mix, when you're in process, which this process in some ways is a lifelong journey, because stages change in our life, right? There's single, married, children. I mean, along the way, life is changing. So therefore, we're always trying to learn and understand our spouse and our children as we move forward in life. But they sometimes cannot be that cheerleader for you. And sometimes, unfortunately, there can be some people in your family, and even maybe it's your extended family, and they're the ones who will be blowing out the candle of your dreams. Or maybe it's even just denying how hard your life is. And like, they don't support the dream of, like, yes, this can be better. Whatever that is. So you're looking for people who are those can-do encouragers, natural encouragers. My suggestion is, first, look at your friend set, your group of friends, even your acquaintances, people that you really admire, and spend some time just observing. And you're looking for someone who really has, like, also a mentoring type of heart. Second thing you can do is, if you don't find someone in your friend set with your acquaintances who really is that encourager, can-do type of perspective, then if your church is a place that you feel is healthy, because I know some of you, you're trying to figure out what to do about church right now because your church is not a place that is safe for you. But if you are in a safe place, or if you have a friend who has a church that you know you trust, is reaching out and asking if there is a woman, an older woman, who could mentor you, and Finding a woman who has experience in neurodiversity can be very difficult. It can be very hard. But I have found, though, if you can find a woman who has gone through deep hardship and loss, it could be a healing from a traumatic childhood. It can be a loss of a spouse or a child. They've gone through very deep waters. They've recovered from cancer. So, no, they might not understand all the nuances of neurodiversity, but they understand hardship. They understand difficulty. They understand moving forward in the midst of uncertainty. And having a woman who can be by your side and just be that encourager and mentor, maybe it's once a month, maybe it's once every 2 weeks, but someone who can do that for you is very powerful. So again, I want to encourage you, don't be thinking it has to be someone who is specifically neurodiverse aware. That can be hard to find in our local communities. But there are women out there who have dealt with, even with maybe their spouse, they've gone through recovery because of their spouse had addictions to gambling or alcohol, and they have walked through that. All these type of experiences I'm describing, these women, they have gone to the trenches and they have experienced the not helpful comments that people have made, and they also have experienced the helpful. So that is another great way for you to get a cheerleader in your life and explain to them what you're needing. Okay, the next step, number 3, let's say you're in process, but it's not quite happening. I encourage you to look for some online groups that can be helpful. Now, maybe it's with your hobbies, maybe the hobbies that you really enjoy, talking to other people and them sharing about that hobby that you love and talking about it in the comments. That can be a lot right there. It's a mutual interest. Like, no, you're not sharing fully about the challenges of a neurodiverse family, but you can explain like, hey, I'm having these challenges with my family to be able to move forward in this goal. Like, I need encouragement or some accountability. And sometimes these groups can be very helpful. I will say, be careful of online groups for wives or moms of neurodiverse families. So specifically like wives of neurodiverse husbands. Some of them do a great job in trying to have this positive perspective, but also honoring the hardship. And others, it is just a negative, I don't even know what word to put it. I mean, it's just this, everything is awful and it's just complaining and griping. Now, please hear me. There is a place and time for us to vent. We need to do that. We need to process our emotions, and process as in we are moving through to a point of resolution. We're not always going over the same thing over and over again and ruminating. That's not what I'm talking about. There is value in that. But being around a group of people where all they talk about is the negativity and what's not happening, that is not helpful for us. So there's that balance, if it makes sense. So you're looking for a group. Again, maybe sometimes your hobbies, that can be a great one to find people to encourage you to work, especially if that group is specifically tied to your dream. Maybe your dream is like, I want to run a 5K, or I want to be able to start my own business. Like, finding groups. And I have discovered that many of these groups, even though they are not neurodiverse, ADHD, autism inclined, there is a lot of awareness about that, and that it's hard. They might not understand completely, but they know it's hard, and you can get encouragement there. Finally, consider doing either counseling or coaching with a neurodiverse aware or neurodiverse trained person. That can be extremely helpful because then you're getting one-on-one time, and that person's experience is speaking to your life about how you should move forward on your dreams. Like, and yes, it can also be therapeutic for how to handle your marriage and how to respond to your kids. But if you're needing a cheerleader in your life, that coaching or counseling can be extremely helpful. There is a difference between counseling and coaching, to be aware. Counseling is more of guiding a person through a process, listening to them, where coaching sometimes can be more direct, like, you need to do this, you need to do that. Both have their benefit, and I have done both. It all depends upon where you're at in your life and what is your need at that moment. I will put a link into the show notes of one hub of different coaching resources and counseling resources for you to pursue. Also, I do offer self-care coaching as well if you're wanting to work specifically on how you can improve taking care of yourself, taking care of your mind, of your body, of improving your in real life community, your hobbies. That is something that I offer as well. And I will put a link in the show notes for you. I hope this gave you some ideas of how to develop that cheerleader in your life, that person or multiple people who are able to encourage you to do those things that you're wanting to do, those dreams. Maybe it's going back to work. Maybe it's the ability to have time together as a family and working on that. There's so many different dreams out there. This is not about something huge and big. This is about even the smallest dream, but you need someone just to speak life into you. I would really love to hear what dream that you are pondering and working on because it's important. And just send me a note either through Facebook or Instagram and let me know what you're hoping to do.
Hey, thank you for joining me today. I pray this episode gave you encouragement to take one small step. If so, please leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts to help other women find this show. By the way, if you're loving this conversation and want more encouragement like this, join my email list at bit.ly/myselfcare. That is bit.ly/myselfcare. I have a planner launching soon that will help you put all this into action in your own life. I look forward to chatting with you again next week for another episode.